You are listening to a Cult Talk Network podcast.
Let's do this, Bulbasaur! Go! Bulbasaur!
That's cute. A Bulbasaur. Gengar, go get him! Gengar!
Sir? Bulbasaur, use Mind Whip! Bulbasaur!
Gengar, use Shadow Ball! Gengar.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Call Lore. I'm Ben.
I'm Eric.
And I'm Jerry.
I'm Daniel.
And we got Daniel with us.
Daniel.
Oh, hello, yes.
Daniel's decided to come out with us because we are way out on a limb here. In case you haven't figured it out by now, we're covering Pokemon. But I insisted it was my idea.
This was Ben's idea.
It was.
Yeah.
Because we are only covering the original 151. We're not touching any of that later bullshit. I mean, we might touch on it here and there, but what you're not going to hear is Mega Evolutions. None of that nonsense. The Pantheon that they try to create that don't make any fucking sense. The dual timelines while also every cartridge being its own. Fuck out of here. They have butchered this timeline to all hell and gone.
Oh my lord.
So we're sticking to the original, what made it what it was. That's right. We're old. We're focusing on what we like.
Well, I'm glad you translated that. I was trying to think of how I could. Back in the day.
That is correct.
Feeling the Pokemania.
And I'll tell you, it's been 2 minutes, man.
It's a thing.
It is a thing.
It's a thing.
I hate life. Anyway.
A big part of the reason that we decided to cover Pokemon was because it's just like one of those lores that have been continuously updated. And like we stand as a record of the way that it used to be. And so we're going to properly serve.
And I'll tell you what, doing the research for this, like obviously a large part of it is like looking into YouTube and what's been done and what's been covered. And I'll tell you what, trying to find dedicated videos to just the original gens is a motherfucker.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult to find out like any information. Like if you want to know the detail of Ash and his journey, actually.
Yeah, because you can't do it now without getting lost into the weeds of all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And so
it's gotten quite expansive. So, but we're going to try our best to zero in at that root where it all began.
Yep. The focal point, the original kind of iteration of what started it all.
Yeah.
Our Tall Tales episode did really well, surprisingly well. And that was our first kind of lore that didn't fit the mold that was real outside of what we had covered before. And with that success, it gave us the balls to try this.
Yeah. So, and with that being said, if this is the first time that you are joining us, because, got to catch them all, we've probably maybe caught some new listeners.
Yeah, I imagine this will kind of throw us into a quirky algorithm spot.
Yeah. So what we primarily cover so far, with plenty of branch offs into other things, is Warhammer lore. So that's the majority of our content that you'll
Warhammer
find.
40K specifically, the grim darkness of the far future. If you don't know what that is, do not click off of the episode. You can still enjoy the one that we're getting.
Yeah, because we'll be talking Pokemon. That's what you're here for.
Right. And if you decide that you don't want to listen to the rest of our stuff, well, then thank you for your listen.
Absolutely.
Au revoir.
Yeah.
But 40K is getting more popular. Henry Cavill has, of course, announced that he's doing a TV show on Amazon. So that's only going to make it more popular. So the sooner you start learning about 40K now, the less you're going to have to play catch up when it does become popular. And we have in episode 0, that is all the different factions and the basic setup for 40K.
Yeah.
in our
Just
playlist.
Covers
We'll
that
link it
broad
in-
strokes.
Yep, we'll link it in the description. I think it's actually under an hour long,
Yes.
which is unusual for us. So it's quite
you'll find here.
digestible by our standards.
Yeah.
So give that a listen to and see if that piques your interest. Thanks.
All right.
So
Yeah.
with that, let's get into this. Daniel, you have not been with us for a minute. What about this episode brought you out, sir?
Oh, well, I've been a Pokemon fan for quite some time. And I know Pokemon Go, I actually have it up right now, but I wouldn't compare that to the original games at all. Like, I wouldn't even compare it. It's not the same at all.
No.
But it's still good to play. It's just a nostalgia feel. And also just try to get all the Pokemon and get the max level. But that's off topic. But I just enjoy the nostalgia, and especially 151. There's so much memories that I would like with the trading card games and the movies, and like say the Burger King toys, and all these things just brought joy to my life.
That first movie is still
Oh, it's epic.
it is still a good one.
Oh, good.
That voice actor that plays Mewtwo, that motherfucker was on point.
It's just like the emotional weight in that movie, because it's like Pokemon are animals, and I imagine pets, and Pikachu out of nowhere, just caring, it's just like, hey, Ash, wake up, you son of a bitch,
Oh
Well,
my
it opened
gosh,
up.
that
It opened up with
scene.
the It opened up with that short where they were at the Pokemon Play Center, right?
Yeah.
With
I
Meryl,
don't remember
or not
this.
Meryl. Yeah, there was a Meryl. There was all of Ash's Pokemon went on like a vacation.
Mhm.
And
Well, they got all these
Aw.
trainers involved, and they're like, hey, yeah, come on, this is a vacation.
yeah, it was a
and-
short.
So, yeah.
I have no memory. Man, it's been so long since I've seen that movie,
Well, like the
but
first,
I saw it in theaters. Ooh.
I did too. I
Oh.
remember sitting out waiting for it to open with all the other card game players, and we were just playing on the sidewalk.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
There was,
oh,
I
that's
remember
cool.
there was one looking back on him. You know who you are, like he's listening. Just some guy. He was an older guy who was out there, but looking back, he was making some really unfair trades in that line.
Oh yeah, that's
And
why
that
I got
happened a
banned in some
lot.
schools. 'Cause-
Dirty. Yeah. Yeah. People getting scammed.
Yeah, that's probably one of my earliest memories of kids being real cutthroat to one another was in that trading arena.
Oh,
Yeah.
especially if you don't have any holographics in your deck. You're like, oh, you're poor. Look at you. Like, get out of here.
I'll give you 20 of these regular
Yeah,
cards
yeah.
for your holographic Wigglytuff.
Yeah. Wigglytuff.
Charizard, oh boy. I actually found something really interesting that it was created in 1996.
What?
Yeah, it was
That recent?
1996. It wasn't really an old game.
No. God damn,
Um,
we grew up with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Oh, I remember when it hit.
Well,
Yeah.
it premiered the cartoon, like the anime, however you want to say it. I'm gonna get fucking shit on it.
No, you won't.
Yeah.
Listen, most of our guys are 40K people. They're like, what?
Oh, okay.
And I'm what?
But like it first premiered in Japan in 1997. It didn't even get to the US in 1998. So it existed years before it even reached the United States.
Which
So-
is kind of why I figured it would be older, because it's like, there is
yeah.
usually a lag, but I didn't
Yeah,
realize even in Japan it
Well, I
was.
no, it was rushed.
Japan does that a lot. Like if you look at Dragon Ball, man, Dragon Ball was
Oh,
out
yeah.
for a long fucking time. before it
Yeah.
made its way over here. So you would think that it's older, but this apparently caught fire pretty fast.
No, it was pretty neat. Just to figure out all these like facts that I didn't even think of to even look up. Besides this podcast, I know we talked a little bit before we started. We were talking like, oh, did you know this? Did you know that? But it's like the first name I know. I think Ben, you knew. The first name of Pokemon was Capsule Monsters.
Yeah, I found that, and so everybody that I knew of had heard of Pocket Monsters. being
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
first name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found in my research that it was, and you did as well, that it was Capsule Monsters first.
Which is interesting because, they could be, you could call that a capsule and I'd get it.
And when I think of cartoons or anime, I think of like when I think of Capsule, I think of Capsule Corp of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
And-
makes sense. Yeah.
And I don't think, I wouldn't call a Pokeball a capsule because I think capsules is being oblong shaped, kind of.
Yeah,
They kind of
more
have
like
that dual color though that the Pokeball ends up being.
I mean, it does, but you might as well call it a pill creature.
Yeah.
Because pills can be
Right.
bound, but capsules.
Capsule does make me think of like pills. Yeah.
Mhm.
It'd
Yeah.
be Chansey. Chansey would be the holder of all Pokemon then.
Oh my god.
Hang on, question. What is Chansey a certified nurse? Is that her deal?
I can't believe you would question that.
Okay. No, fair. All right.
Listen, in this day and age, a Pokemon can be whatever it wants.
Yeah.
To be.
They have to work.
They have Pokemon running for president now, Eric.
They do.
Excuse me. I'm so sorry.
So this is going to be a circus of an episode.
Yeah,
I
it
knew
will
it
be.
would be.
Let's
Let's start with what the fuck is a Pokemon?
there we go.
Let's start there,
Yeah.
and we'll move on to where they live, which for our purposes will be the Kanto region only.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The original, the first generation stuff. OG.
And if people like it, we'll do Generation 2. And then if that does popular enough, you'll drag me by my testicles to do Generation 3. And then if that does good enough, I might kill myself before we do 4, and so on and so forth.
And saddle us with the burden, eh?
Yeah. So
Let me jotto that down.
Yeah.
It's a Pokemon.
Oh my gosh.
It's good.
It's no fair. I haven't even heard of that one.
that's the area from the second gen, I think.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's fine.
So what is a Pokemon? Daniel, do you have an answer for that?
Oh man, because it's like I looked up and it's kind of weird because like, hey, I thought it was just a regular animal.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
No.
No.
We discovered that there are or were animals.
Yeah, actually, the majority of animals went extinct. That also involves a theory that there was a Pokemon like war, and it was like a great war with humans and Pokemon where they teamed up together to go against like the bad Pokemon. But that's a theory but we don't have to talk about that.
Well,
But, like,
and that's also though tied to whether or not it's the Mega Evolution universe or the regular universe.
right, and like I mean, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I saw like a dog, like a regular dog, on a Pokemon episode once.
You know what?
And like I just feel, and then Pikachu was like, "Oh, Pika, I'm going to help this,
Poor
whatever."
little
Yeah,
Dog. I feel like I've seen a dog on that show.
but it's
before.
also there is a dog Pokemon now. There's multiple. I mean, of course, but it's like I'm not talking about Arcanine or any of those or Houndoom. Again, first 151. And I think
Just
they're
a
all
normal
extinct.
dog.
Now.
Yeah.
Like I seriously think, and like they're just all gone. And Pokemon is a
Which
failed.
means they eat Pokemon. Right?
Yeah.
That's just
I think like the military was like animals, superpowers. Here you go, lab. All right, we made Pokemon, and that's why I think at a young age of trainers, they said like, hey, go do research, go catch them all. Like go.
hey, these animals that are capable of launching electrical attacks that can light up cities.
Mhm.
Several lightning bolts worth of energy. Go poke that with a stick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or
Go
in
make
some
friends with
cases,
it.
very literally hit it with a rock.
Did you guys look into whether or not people were Pokemon yet?
Oh
No. What?
Are you talking about like Nurse Joy and the cops where they all look the same and like the Ditto and all that, and then it's
Kind of
What?
yeah.
because if the Pokemon are the animals, and then people are also kind of animals,
Right.
they think. Well,
Jerry.
there was a theory that, like long ago, the Pokemon developed like more intelligence and then became people, and then that's why some of the people in the anime have like powers still. Like some of them have psychic powers. And
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I forget what trainer that was.
Sabrina.
Psychic. Yeah, the psychic one. Yeah.
I think it was Sabrina. Ooh, that's something I have written down. Hang on.
No, I reject that out.
Yeah.
No.
It's just
Humans
an
are
idea.
humans, Pokemon are Pokemon, and animals are animals.
Math is math.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like
It
I
was Sabrina.
This is,
go ahead.
I was just saying, this is why I'm like 150 the original, damn it. We don't need Pokemon to go into an existential crisis.
It's just a theory.
No, the theory what I find like this actually will probably explain Ash's age and why he doesn't age.
Just it's forever 12.
Right. And I think in the first episode he did get struck by lightning.
Yeah.
And there's a theory.
Oh yeah,
There's a theory that he got knocked out or put into a coma or he passed away.
and this is like his fantasy.
Yeah, this is his. He became, even though that's why again he gets attacked by Pokemon and he doesn't get killed. Like Pikachu, for example.
This shocks the shit out of him.
Every other 5 minutes, you know.
Yeah, but my only thing against that is A, we see other people get attacked by Pokemon and live.
That's true.
And B, if Pokemon were just killing people, I don't think the culture would allow children of the age of like 11 to continue to be the go-tos for this.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, like again, that involves so much.
But if,
Like with that,
if
too.
people were Pokemon, that would explain that too, because they would just faint instead of die.
Gary,
But-
don't make me hurt. Bringing that shit back into
Did you
the
say
school.
Gary or Jerry? Sorry.
Hey, Ash.
Now Ash did beat Gary eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Now I remember Ash's Charizard beat Gary's Blastoise.
Oh,
That was a very, very like intense.
well, that's a heck of a thing.
Oh, yeah.
That's against a type advantage.
Yeah.
Everybody that's played the game is sitting there going, bullshit.
no, I'm right there with you, buddy.
They're
I'm
like,
no.
that Charizard is dead 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
But the spirit of friendship.
Yep, that's no joke.
Charizard didn't even like that motherfucker.
I know. I hated that about the show. That's about as far as I never made it far enough into the show to see their relationship mend, grow into respect.
So I've gone
I was
back
like,
and
oh,
tried to watch.
Charizard.
Is it the Indigo League? Is that the original show?
Yeah.
Oh.
I have gone back and tried to watch that like 3 times, and I don't hate it. But there's a select few animated shows that do this. Dragon Ball Z is one, and then the 90s animated X-Men was another. You could watch 5 episodes in a row and not feel like you have moved that fucking plot point not one bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you miss one episode. Whatever. They could stop mid-sentence.
Yep.
You miss one episode and you have no fucking idea what's happening.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know.
And
how
so I keep having to restart Pokemon because I'm just like, wait,
Where'd he get a Bulbasaur?
I'm like, I have watched 8 episodes and I've never made it past this part.
Oh, you fall asleep, and then you're like, "Oh my gosh!"
And
I'm
you're
10
like,
episodes
well,
behind.
wait,
I
I've
feel so
only missed
drowsy.
one
Yeah.
episode, right? Like I left off on episode 12. I came back on 13. Surely 12 couldn't have been that big episode. Well, apparently
'Cause they
they
were
saved
just-
18 episodes worth of.
Because they just spent all of last episode standing on 2 opposing cliffs screaming at each other.
Yeah. And that's what watching that original show was like.
Yeah.
Not trying to again branch out to future episodes.
Oh,
or
that's
anything,
okay.
But Ash's last episode was aired this year.
Really?
damn.
Yeah.
That's
How's
okay.
that for some interesting timing?
Go.
Go us. We didn't know that.
Yeah.
No, we did not know that.
It was March 24th. That was the last episode that aired. Now, if we wanted to create this timeline, he would be 36 years old.
Wow.
He's 1 year older than I am.
Wow.
Yeah, he would be 36 years old.
Wow.
Now, he is still 10.
Wow. 10.
Same.
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
there's apparently when he first started his journey, apparently he was 10 months into his birth date. And he was also 10,
Uh-huh.
and apparently
Oh.
he turned 11. It was not announced ever.
Oh.
God
But-
damn. At 10 years old, I was beating my mom to death to try to have a fucking guinea pig.
Yeah. I just wanted to
I
become
know.
a Pokemon Master.
And he just goes off. Yeah.
He's just like, I'm going to bring home a dragon sometimes.
And
Is
his
it a nice
mom's like,
dragon?
cool.
Not particularly.
Yeah.
No. Matter of fact, he's a right son of a bitch. He
Could-
does fire everywhere.
Could you imagine a culture like that where it's just like once you hit 10, you just send the kids out into the world?
I love it.
Well, by
Let's do
that
it.
time, I mean,
Sink or swim.
you gotta think
Yeah.
in that world, there's a lack of adult men. You get some trainers and stuff like that, but also that's where it brings in the theory
Oh
that
my
there
gosh.
was a war with Pokemon, and that's where the trainers, the adult men, were trainers, and that's all where there's a
Mm.
Nurse Joy, all the jobs are because all the men are at war. but there's not many. You know,
Huh.
it's just interesting. I'm not saying that's factual.
Well,
No,
goddamn,
I
then
love
that is a
the-
cold ass society because you don't find any memorials nowhere.
No,
You don't see no
no.
family photos.
It's-
You don't see nobody writing letters like "Come home soon."
Just
Right.
keep.
A lot of ghost Pokemon.
Wow.
Now, Ash's father apparently was a trainer. That's unless I lack the research skill, which I might, you know. But like where I didn't find anything really on Ash's father at all.
Right. And you know what? I don't think it was. I found dead ends like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
all over the
there's
place,
a ton of stuff that
where
they're
it
just like,
just
and they
goes
never touched
into-
on it again.
yeah.
Son.
They leave a lot to the imagination,
I hate
in quotes.
Lazy.
I think.
lazy.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably didn't think it was going to get this huge.
Probably
Oh,
not
yeah.
initially.
No,
Well,
it's-
what was it that you had said earlier about collecting bugs?
Oh, like the guy's main inspiration was he just liked to collect bugs.
So he
Oh,
just
neat.
kind of
I'm not.
started
I'm not.
with that thought.
listen. I didn't remember their names. I didn't try to learn their names. It's like
No,
Fukunaga
yeah, we
Tuki. I ain't doing it.
Yeah, we're
Like,
not
I'm
getting
only,
into the meta
like-
too much here.
Me doing the clowning version is less insulting than me actually trying to pronounce their name.
yeah, no, it's. I respect you all for creating this, but yeah,
Yeah.
I respect you by not saying the names.
Not butchering how to
Um,
pronounce your name that has way too many W's and Y's in it for the English language. Those
Yeah.
are letters that we, as English speaking people, have chose to exercise from a lot of our words.
I blame public school system, but anyways.
Oh my lord.
But like,
A lot of X's.
yeah.
Man, think of all the tax dollars they're saving on a public school system
Yeah.
in the Pokemon world. They're not going to school. They're traveling.
right.
They're hitting the roads.
Do you guys ever
There are
recall
schools.
like running into a school
I don't-
in the game?
There was
Yeah.
What school?
There's like a trainer school.
No,
And-
no, I'm talking just straight up public education.
Oh, like that? No,
Like,
It is
what,
it's not. It's
based
definitely not
around
required.
like what happens
Yeah.
if little Jimmy don't want to train Pokemon? What if he wants to become an architect? Where's that shit at?
Who's building the houses?
3D printers.
Machamps are building
Yeah,
the houses.
Yeah. It's,
3D printer.
Oh my God, they've outsourced all their jobs to animals. It's slave labor.
now,
mean-
Look out, AI.
Yeah.
um,
Oh no.
also, like, I just want to point out, like, the first ever designed Pokemon. I thought this was pretty neat.
Yes.
Like, people would be like, "Oh, it was Pikachu," because that's the face of Pokemon.
Kind of the Mickey Mouse of Pokemon.
Yeah, really.
It was almost Clefairy.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. I
That
could
would have been-
see
That
could see that decision being up
people
there
might
though.
call might call it blasphemy, but I think that would fit just as fine.
I
Yeah.
think they could have done it.
It would have been.
easily.
It would have
Yeah.
been
We
interesting.
wouldn't have known the difference.
I actually think it probably would have played maybe not better because Pikachu is legendary, but it might have played easier.
Yeah, maybe.
I think it's just like with Pikachu, he's only legendary because of the show.
Yeah.
And
Right,
like if
to
it would
build him
take
up.
the show away, it's just a card game.
Right.
Oh boy,
Right.
you know it's. But
yeah, he would have just been an electric rat.
Yeah.
Just another thing. Yeah.
kind of like a nuisance of a Pokemon. I don't know. Like I always thought, what was that Pokemon? Weedle.
Oh. uh-huh.
Weedle was a Zubat. Zubat was my worst. But
Zubat. Gosh, Zubat was such a pain in the ass in
Yeah.
the cave games.
But before we get too far, I wanted to say the first ever designed Pokemon was Rhydon,
Yep.
and like people were like
Huh.
that's only 112, like his number. So you were like, oh no, this is the Pokemon I'm going to create first, but this is 112.
I wonder what.
Yeah.
What order?
What
Like,
What inspired the order?
Yeah.
yeah, probably the
That's a
song.
Good question.
Probably
the
ran
song?
the book. Yeah, the book.
No, 'cause they had him numbered for the game, which was before the song, right?
Yeah,
I
true,
don't
yeah.
know. Yeah.
Because Red and Green, I think, came out
In
in-
Japan.
in Japan in 1997,
So yeah, that would
and the show debuted in 1998 in the US.
Oh boy.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was definitely the games.
Wow.
yeah. So I just wonder what inspired the numbering there.
Yeah.
So I got a question. Do you think Pokemon looks at Rattata and is like psh, lower? Because I mean, they're practically the same animal, but one is heralded much higher than the other.
I mean, a Rattata just bites. A Pikachu shoots thunderous lightning bolts and
quick attack. You know, I think that attack
So
has
yeah,
agile.
it's
yeah, I think you're right. It's
rodent
just the rat of
purist.
yeah.
And also like just different variations. We won't get too much again. Future like more Pokemon, but there's Pichu, Pikachu, and Raichu. Raichu is 26 of the Pokemon calendar, or not calendar count.
Yeah.
Pikachu's 25.
My brain just went into a weird cross between Pokemon and Fireman calendar. Good luck editing that, Eric.
Oh,
Ooh.
whoa.
You've seen like the Doug Trio photos where they're like make him like a big muscly man underneath the ground.
I don't like those. What do you think about the marketing though? Like of Pokemon, like when we were growing up? I mean, like they had some bomb ass like kids toys.
Oh yeah, they had it all. Like that collector like aspect to this.
Yeah, to have
Just-
it built into your
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, toys, games, TV shows for people that don't like playing games, cards for people that don't like toys.
So like marketing used to be you would hide the collector element in
Yeah,
it, right?
Yeah.
You used to try to get people like, well, we want them to collect it, but if we say like you have to have them all, people are going to get kind of turned off by the idea.
right.
Pokemon, on the other hand, put that as their cornerstone and banked on it. It's like, no, listen, you have to have every single one of these, or you just ain't shit.
That's a feature, not a bug.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's
exactly.
an overt feature.
And
Yeah.
the card game just blew up into tournaments. I mean,
Yeah.
like, it's just like you would get people who pay thousands. I mean, now like millions of dollars.
You guys remember your first Pokemon card?
Oh yeah, like it
I
was.
don't remember my. Yeah, I do. Poliwag.
It was ghastly.
Poliwag.
Yeah, Poliwag.
It was ghastly.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
Ghastly.
I always wanted type Pokemon, but they were always so hard to get in my interactions
Yeah.
through Pokemon.
Well,
I
like
don't
they
know,
used
something
in the
Yeah.
original 150, Ghost, Pokemon, and Psychic was just you don't mess with
they
them.
Were
Yeah.
You just don't.
People
Yeah.
were elitist about it.
Yeah.
Like it was pretty cool because it's like how people looked at certain types.
Uh-huh.
Like, nope, I'm not going over there. You know, like I'm not gonna mess with that.
yeah,
People in my area, people look down on bug type.
yeah,
That was the one that people shit on.
yeah. I'm
I
kinda
did
with
too.
you though.
Like,
I didn't
They
really.
weren't very strong in the game.
No, they were just and that fucking bug catcher guy.
Mhm.
Do you remember him in the
Yeah.
games?
With the net.
Oh my god, I hated him.
I have 15 Weedles and a
Yeah,
Metapod.
It's
Good
like,
luck,
walk- just
motherfucker.
walk
You're like, Why
away.
are you even here?
Had string shot, it would lower your speed.
yeah. Oh, it was just a bog down.
Well, like again with like Pokemon Stadium.
Stadium was dope.
Yeah, like
Stadium was cool.
oh, we need to get the N64 back out, man. Like it's
You could put your game cartridge into the N64 controller,
Yep.
and then you could download your Pokemon from the game into your N64 and play and fight them in the arena.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
And it was like in 3D
It was
graphics.
Oh,
and their moves had animation to them. Like if you had Mewtwo, his eyes would light up blue when he would do a power.
I
Yeah.
remember this game. I used to watch people play it. I don't think I ever played it.
man,
Oh,
that game
we
was
need to
fun.
change
Man, yeah.
They had all the
64,
side games.
yeah.
Like the lick a tongue one.
That was that was a cool multiplayer game. Like that was like they don't really make games like that anymore, really. But
You
like
know what one I also enjoyed was Pokemon Snap,
yeah,
where you just
Yeah.
rolled around in a cart and took pictures of them, and you could throw like a ball to get them to come out, or you could throw them treats and stuff.
yeah,
That was another one I didn't get into. Yeah.
I love that because there was just something about the idea that you were able to see them in the wild that just as a kid I
Oh.
found infinite joy out of.
See, I was more of a fascist. I was like, if I can't capture them and subjugate them and do battle with them, I don't want to play it.
No, I love documentaries as a kid. Like I lament the fact that there's not like if anybody remembers this show, but it's called Nat Geo Wild.
oh yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah.
It's where they would just follow like 3 animals and there would be a narrator. It's like, the tigress will go off to find another day. Just shit like that. And
Yeah.
as a kid, I would love that. So that Pokemon Snap was just like that.
I
And
like
they had Mew at the end. Like,
Yep.
are you shitting?
Unlock more Pokemon to go through. Yeah,
Yes.
There was the timing in that.
I wish
They actually. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, please, by all means.
It actually taught future photographers probably about timing
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh,
because
yeah.
and like,
on a fundamental child level.
Yeah.
it was a way for people, who were interested in
Because
photography.
well, you can actually time it right when the Pokemon would turn towards you.
Yep.
You
And
know,
it
like,
would rate how
Get
good
that
the
perfect
quality of the
shot.
photo was.
Yep.
Cool.
So
I never thought about that.
That aspect is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Good game.
Because photography hasn't always been as accessible, and so that would be a way to like kind of scratch that itch and develop that interest.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if they just did a Pokemon open world game where it's like you want to go take pictures of them, you can.
I thought they did make the newest one.
Some of the newer games are pretty open world.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm
And-
talking like console version, like
Grand Theft Auto Pokemon World.
yeah,
God.
or just some very like Red Dead Redemption. level
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Can you?
Where it's just
can you
sandbox
fucking
Pokemon.
imagine
Oh,
How would they do the detail?
Daniel's looking to the skies.
if you can do
I
Red
am.
Dead Redemption to that level? You can do a slightly cartoonier version.
Yeah.
For the cities, you just go to Detective Pikachu and use that as your infrastructure.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
That game would be ginormous.
That'd be so cool.
I would
And-
run first and second gen only, and just
I would study to be a professor. That'd be so boring. I wouldn't do that.
sorry, I'm manifesting it.
You want it to be
bring that
so.
shit into reality.
Speaking of professors, quick sidebar. I'm so sorry, Daniel.
Yeah.
All the professors are named after trees.
Yeah.
What's wrong? with
Weird. I just thought that was interesting. And yeah, of course, it is kind of part of their theme. They have very thematic naming conventions.
Well, it's
cool.
in a weird way. It shows growth because trees grow.
Just trees grow.
And like it's a natural brush of earth. It's
Ben's face. I'm sorry. I,
I know I'm trying to explain this pun. I just enjoying it too. But like with Professor Oak, I seriously think if Ash did not go to him like during the first episode, like when he was running late,
Yeah.
what would happen? Would he even become a Pokemon master?
If he didn't have
yeah,
Professor
yeah.
Oak.
Oh, or just like if he was running late.
Oh,
He
if
was
he
like-
didn't make it on
Yeah.
time.
Procrastination was like, nah, I want
Oh.
to sleep in.
I mean, surely you could try
Never would've got
again,
a
right?
Pokemon. Just lived his life with no Pokemon at all.
Oh, that'd be so sad.
Big guy at donut store, it's
Oh my God, Donut Ash.
I mean, what kind of sadist are we assuming that Professor Oak is here?
I know. It's like,
he's
just make another
you
appointment.
fucked
I
up,
hope.
yeah.
You tripped and fell down the hill on your bike and didn't get here. You broke your ankle. Boo hoo. Go work at McDonald's.
I mean, kind of.
I wonder if Ash will end up.
Jesus.
Oak didn't really want to give him the Pikachu.
No,
Well, that's because Pikachu is a bitch.
Yeah.
It's going to shock the shit out of him.
and it did.
Yeah. He's like, this Pikachu doesn't fucking like Pokeballs, man. I don't know what to tell you, and it hurts.
I think he was just trying to keep him safe. Like, hey, no, you don't want this Pokemon. And Ash was like, no, really, I want it. And
I'll take it.
it was like the starter Pokemon, what Bulbasaur, Charmander, and
Squirtle.
Yeah, Squirtle. And like they were already taken, like they were already taken because people showed up on time.
Mhm.
But it's us late bloomers, as in like oversleepers. Like, oh my gosh, I'm running late. A very exciting day, and you get a shocking Pikachu, and you have to answer that for 25 years. That's how long Ash has been on his journey.
Oh, yeah.
And Pikachu finally calmed his shit.
I think I just wait for it to fall asleep, and then I just put a Thunderstone in a sock and just start smacking the shit out of
Oh,
it. Ball, bitch. Ball, ball.
well,
Little
Well, that-
son of a bitch.
well,
Oh,
Ash.
poor
and,
Pikachu.
well, Ash and Pikachu.
That ain't Raichu.
That ain't
Well,
right. Yes.
Jerry, like I think. Well, I think you guys might know too. Like, Pikachu did not want to evolve.
It's not.
And I know Ash was like, "How come you don't want to evolve?" Because he wants to compare. I think it was
It was
Surge.
Lieutenant Surge.
Raichu. Or Raichu.
Oh,
and-
yep.
because Pikachu couldn't really compete, but he overcame for sure. But
Yeah. But that was the thing with Ash's Pikachu for sure. No Pokeballs, no evolving, just very much just likes things the way they are.
Do you think when they evolve that they are the same, or are they like a new entity with just scraps of the old Pokemon left inside?
it's probably shedding a lot, like from their old self. They're just shedding. They just still have remembrance of their old self.
So it's
You know
it is
what?
like getting rid of the
That explains them
personality.
about
I'll bet I would think it's like a 10-year, who were you 10 years ago? Not this person, but in the snap.
Yeah.
It's like
That'd be
Groot.
crazy. Yeah. Just
Oh man.
suddenly different mindset, body, moves, abilities.
Like it,
Body
you know.
hair in places you don't
Yeah.
remember it.
butterflies have memories from being a caterpillar. So like,
Now, how the fuck do you test that?
oh, I'm not a caterpillar scientist. I don't know. So when they turn into like the goo that they turn into before they're a butterfly,
Right.
that memory stays in their little neurons and goes on. So,
So
I
their
don't know.
brain stays
Pokemon
intact
probably
in the
could.
goo? Their brain stays intact in the goo like that? Interesting.
Yeah.
Whatever
Whatever their neurons are.
Yeah. Oh,
Weird.
yeah.
Now,
But yeah, Pokemon could be like that with that transformation. Just keeps that.
now, like, what were you guys' favorite Pokemon out of that?
Ooh, okay.
Like, I know this is. I don't know if you want to put this off.
No,
but, you know,
that's
it's like-
fine.
Let's
We
do
don't-
it.
This ain't. Yeah, this ain't Cult of Cult of Campbell.
you
where
know,
you
like
gotta hold
it's.
all that shit to the end. So I'm going to stand up for what I feel was very underappreciated of the 151, and I'm going to have to go with out of the originals because I always had one on me, and they always performed well. It was Eradicate.
Eradicate.
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
That Eradicate man could learn some moves that would straight up put a hurting on a fucking Pokemon. Hyper Fang, it could do Hyper Fang.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good move.
and it was
Yeah.
fast. It was fast as fuck.
You know what? Like, fair enough. I did have one myself for that same reason. Like, just get out there and fucking bite them.
Yep.
It's a good.
There he is.
Yeah.
I think in the games, your rival has Eradicate.
He does.
And then
Ah.
then it goes away for some reason.
Oh.
Everyone's like, where did the Eradicate go?
But I also
Oh,
had a soft
Eradicate.
spot for Persian as well, which is
Oh,
funny because
yeah.
I do not like cats in real life.
Yeah. But it's
But-
pretty kitty.
Persian's another one that I would
That
often
was
have on my
Team Rockets.
And that's why I think it always got
Yeah.
the bad rap. I'm like,
Giovanni
it's
had
a
a
panther, man.
Persian.
It's a fuck. So my favorite
Yeah.
big cat is a cougar, and it's very close to that.
Yeah.
And I just felt like it always got a bad rap.
Yeah. Because it was associated with bad guys. But, you know, cats often are. And they're kind of evil. You know.
Yeah. But I'm gonna have to go with Eradicate.
Nice.
Good
Cool.
choice.
All right. Representing.
Yeah.
How about you, Jerry?
I gotta go with Bulbasaur. He
Right
was the starter that I like, and I'm really into houseplants and stuff now, so it kind of carried over into my adult life.
Sure.
that. Yeah.
So Bulbasaur, even I played the games for a long time before I saw the animated series, and even before I watched the series, I preferred Bulbasaur, so I wouldn't let him evolve because I didn't like, not because I didn't like Venusaur, but I didn't like Ivysaur.
Mm.
So I was just like, yeah, I'll keep him Bulbasaur.
Getting through that middle evolution is tough sometimes. I'm not a big fan of a lot of the middle evolution
Yeah.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like Wartortle or Charmeleon either, really.
Same on War Turtle. Yeah.
I
War
did like
Turtle.
the deep red of Charmeleon.
Yeah,
like the anime.
Because he went back to,
Cards.
then he went back to
Yeah.
orange as
Yeah,
Charizard.
switched back
Yeah.
to orange.
so. Yeah, he probably should have kept the red color. I'll go with you on that.
Yeah. For me, I like Blastoise. Blastoise is my favorite because I like turtles. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I
like
had
turtles.
Listen, there's a story about turtle shells one day.
we won't tell that one on the air, though.
there's a podcast we're waiting for.
Oh, God. Well,
That-
we'll see.
That if it becomes
Maybe stories like that'll come out. Who knows? You'll have to wait and see, I guess.
Uh-huh.
But Blastoise is awesome. He's everything that because, you know, the utility of Pokemon, too. It's like, I want a great big buddy, although they're only like a little over 5 feet, I guess. Apparently, they're not that
Some
big.
of the heights on these things
Yeah,
are
are kind of
just
weird how
bizarre.
short they are. But he's got a great big shell and he has water cannons. And I found out in researching for this that his water cannons help his tackle because what he'll do is he'll tuck himself inside of his shell and use the cannons to propel himself into somebody.
Yeah, his
As a
tackle.
tackle.
I think we've
And I
like,
didn't realize that was what, yeah.
that would be a ginormous hit.
And
Yeah.
Shell smash.
Apparently, his shoot bullets of water with enough accuracy strike empty cans from a distance over 160 feet.
Yeah. I want a tank. I have
Yeah.
a tank. And his stream. Wait, Daniel was I'll let Daniel go because he had he brought along I'm trying to think of the word, a Pokédex
Pokedex.
with him
Oh,
today.
yeah.
But what's his the water pressure greater than a fireman hose?
Yes. Water sprouts protrude from its shell. The water spouts are very accurate, and they're pretty much more accurate than a fire hose.
Yeah.
Because it's like you can actually shoot a dime, pretty much.
Ooh, see, yeah,
Um,
I'll like him.
You seem hydro pumped.
he took it.
Yes.
I want to say mine's
Fired
Gengar.
that one. Gengar?
Mine's Gengar. You know,
Ooh.
I'm a Pikachu fan by all means. But like I think but at the end of the day, I would have to choose Gengar to be my favorite.
Why is that?
I know in Pokemon Stadium, He was the one of the quickest Pokemon. Rapidash was like the first.
Okay, that makes sense.
And-
Rapid is in the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But where
Just
he's
forcing around.
actually so versatile, he can actually have lightning type. He can actually have a thunderbolt.
Ooh. Okay.
He can have that and psychic. Stuff. I forget the other.
Well, actually, we will have to talk about the types here after this, probably, because that's a good. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah.
So just real quick, Blastoise has somewhere of the neighborhood of 571 psi out of his cannons, but there becomes a problem when you factor in that he is effective against steel types.
Yeah,
Oh,
but that doesn't involve 151.
No,
right. Yeah, that they came in later, didn't they?
Yeah.
but that gets to about 90,000 psi. if his cannons are
able to
affecting-
pierce steel.
able to affect steel.
There is, they can. Because I
Then-
think I remember even in older descriptions, it was like he could blast through steel.
Yeah,
They weren't
so,
saying Pokemon. I don't
so
think.
if he can
Yeah.
blast, if he can affect steel, if he can go through steel, that's about 90,000
Damn.
psi.
That's crazy.
Put holes in things.
Yes,
Good lord,
which means damn.
it's my boy.
Anyway,
Sorry, Daniel.
Yeah.
No. Out of the starters, I want to say Blastoise is probably top tier. I mean, I'm talking about their main evolution.
Right.
Like now, Venusaur, by all means, like that Solar Beam. Oh my goodness.
Oh, in the anime when these solar beam, I thought that was like
Yeah.
it was like Kamehameha kind of thing.
it's a spirit. Yeah, spirit
Yeah.
bomb. Or,
it was like when you used Hyper Beam. It was one of those ones that had the ridiculous effect.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
Um,
And it's just like, oh my god, a plant with a laser.
Nice.
Solar Beam, just give it all the beams.
Shoop da whoop.
oh my gosh, that takes so much time because you have to take a turn
Yeah.
to power up.
When they got weather
Oh,
abilities,
yeah.
if you had sunny day out, you didn't have
Yes.
to take a turn to use solar beam. You could just straight up use it.
Ooh.
Okay, cool.
That's a cool mechanic. I love shit like that. Environmental effects.
So, what are the different types of Pokemon in the
Okay.
original 151?
Ooh, okay. Well,
Okay.
Does anyone?
I have a list that's not specific to that, but it might help a lot. We have, first of all, there is normal type,
Yep.
Normal,
Mhm.
which is
Yeah,
normal.
exactly what that sounds like.
Yep.
It's pretty normal.
They use things like Quick Attack, Slash.
Yeah.
Bite.
It had
They-
no affinity with anything.
They're
Yeah.
not good against anything. They're not bad against anything.
They tend to resemble real world animals more.
They're much more
Yeah.
standard. Yep.
Yeah.
I think they are weak to fighting types.
Weak to fight.
I think that, yeah, there we
Animal
go.
abuse is bad.
Yeah. And
Well, it has to be said.
as Jerry mentioned, fighting types, and those guys are like boxers and,
It's where it starts getting weird into like, are Pokemon animals or are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, yeah,
There's
Yeah.
flying type.
flying. Yep.
Oh yeah, it's like all the birds.
Yeah.
Pidgey.
Things with
Pidgeotto,
swingers.
Pidgeot,
Yeah.
Spearow, if you're one of those neckbeardy motherfuckers.
I had a Spearow.
See, not you.
Damn it. And then the opposite of that is the ground type.
Yes.
Diglett.
Diglett.
Yep.
Yes. What the hell was under the rest of that?
Golem. I know.
Oh.
Graveler.
Geodude.
No, that's
Pokemon?
rock.
Yeah,
Those
they
are
are
rock
rock
types.
types.
Oh
so
my
ground
God,
and rock.
ground
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
There is ground and rock, and they're two separate ones. That confused me
Yeah,
a
sorry.
lot. No. I got confused by those two types. It's like, and then from the ground you get grass.
Yep.
Yes, great.
Grass type.
And
Which
then
is
from the grass, you get bug.
the bug type.
Yep. Then fire.
The fire types.
Mm-hmm.
Water
And-
types.
Yep. Water.
Water.
Ice.
I
Ooh.
think ice
Yep.
is a newer one, isn't it?
No, wasn't Dugong.
I think Lapras also was.
Lapras.
Oh yeah,
Dugong.
you're right.
Oh,
Oyster?
Lapras
okay.
was
Oyster
yeah.
and ice?
Okay. So
Cloyster
there was.
water ice.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember if it was in the first gen. Did they have dual typing? I don't think. They
I
did.
think they did.
I think
well,
they did.
I think they did.
Dragon
like,
flying.
Yeah, there was
dragon
bug flying
flying,
too.
bug. Yeah, I want to say there was.
There was. I'm pretty sure there was.
Because there were like psychic. Psychic is another one. Psychic ghost.
Yep.
Those
Yeah.
Pokemon now, definitely have double typing.
Oh yeah.
I was,
Yeah.
I was thinking
Yeah.
about the game.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go.
Well, we
to-
can take Emerald Green. So they had multi.
Oh, okay, yeah.
that's
If
still
we're
the
going by
original-
that, yeah,
Yeah.
that's still the original one.
there was definitely the double typing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's I know electric.
Yep. Electric.
There's just actually a lot when you actually say out loud. There's a lot of the first gen types.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'd be like, oh no, it's this amount, you know?
Steel,
yeah.
electric,
Yeah.
fighting.
And they all have this intricate,
Steel came in. Steel was not part of the original 151.
but
now
it,
Magnemite is steel type.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
huh?
That makes
Okay.
sense. You know who else I thought
Yeah.
should have been is Voltorb and Electrode.
Yeah,
They should have been.
They should
steel.
have a steel typing. But I think they're just electric.
I loved Voltorb.
Voltorb.
Blow the fuck up.
You know who else got gypped? Gyarados. How is Gyarados not a dragon? Exactly.
I know.
Hold on, like I'm pretty sure.
I think he's water flying.
Yeah.
man.
Still to
Yeah.
this goddamn
He
day,
is.
which is absurd.
Flying.
Yeah, the only dragon types you got were Dratini, Dragonair, and
Oh my
Dragonite.
gosh,
Yeah. Like Charizard should have been dragon
Charizard
type.
absolutely should have
Yeah.
been a dragon.
Yeah, it's water. Like what?
Why is he flying?
Yeah.
He cannot learn a single flying. Listen, if you're going like Japanese dragon, all right, then give him flying moves, you son.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Like, does he have any flying
It could have been
moves?
for balance because I think Dragon was only weak to Dragon.
And also,
Oh yeah, that's true.
ancient. Aerodactyl, Kabutops.
Oh,
you
yeah, the
know, all-
fossils.
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
were in the originals,
Yeah,
they
weren't
were.
they?
I think they're
Yeah.
all rock types.
Yes, yeah, they were.
Aerodactyl?
Aerodactyl,
Yeah.
I always went with Kabutops.
Kabuto, and Kabutops.
Amistar.
cool.
Yeah, I think I have said that right. Yeah.
Amistar and Ammonite.
Did anybody use Jinx?
No.
No.
That's what I thought.
Now,
That's what I thought.
her psychic is like her psychic powers were pretty tough. though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're gonna go, because the psychics I always felt like were kind of problematic to capture. Like,
Oh yeah. They
you would
were.
much more go after Abra or
Yeah.
Drowsy. Man, I would go for Drowsy early because you get him and catching Pokemon is way easier.
Just put him to
True.
sleep and
Drowsy
catch
and
him with
Hypno.
Pokeballs.
Abra was a
Yeah.
little hard because he would teleport away if you like missed your first
Yeah.
thing, or if you didn't put him to sleep or paralyze him
Yep.
immediately.
Would
So you get a
fuck right off.
yeah,
You're right.
You get
I
a
forgot about
Drowsy,
that.
and you just speed buff the shit out of him, and he'll help you catch anything.
Oh, that's such a
a little
good idea.
fact about Abra. Abra sleeps for 18 hours a day.
Oh my gosh.
That sounds like Jibber.
It can sense the presence of foes even while it's sleeping.
Ooh.
So that's why it teleports.
He's just,
So yeah, just sleeping.
he just, yeah. And he just knows you're coming.
Boop.
All right. Bye.
Yep.
I'm going to sleep somewhere else now.
That's fun.
I want that
I-
whole power for myself. I just want to be able to do that.
Just sleep and teleport
Sleep
away.
that much.
Yeah.
Be able to teleport away when I feel threatened.
Okay, that's
Great.
fine, but you can't. But you can only control where you come out in a 10-mile radius.
Oh.
I think 10 miles is enough. I think 10 miles is enough. I'll take it.
Sleep across the country 10
Yeah.
miles at a time.
10 miles at a time. I'm sleeping 18 hours a day. Another 10-mile jump.
No, I mean the destination you choose. Like, say you go, okay, but I'm going to teleport out of here and come out in California. Wherever you pick, you'll come out within 10 miles of that.
Oh, of the landing zone. Oh, damn. I don't like that.
End up in the
Yeah,
ocean,
Yeah.
under the ocean.
Under the ocean.
2 miles out, 10 miles, or 2 miles out, and
Yeah.
7 miles
I'm not
out.
exactly
Up in a
weak
mountain.
to the water type, but I feel like I am now.
Be so cold.
And I don't know, it's just fascinating with all the different types and how much it advanced past. But like, you know, it's just fascinating. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I want to say in 2016 when Pokemon Go, you know, first started.
Yes.
I know
The
I
wave.
was bugging you to join for a brief moment. I was just like, let's go play Pokemon. You know, we could do it. And
Yep.
like that was actually like where we live at. I remember the main hospital here in town. Doctors, nurses, you know, like, hey, there's a Snorlax outside, you know, like, and sometimes they might go out into to the parking lot and catch that Snorlax.
Oh, we had stupid shit too.
Oh.
So the town we live in have 2 prisons. One of them is a maximum security prison.
Yeah.
And Pokemon Go, for whatever reason, decided that it was going to put a gym on the water tower of the maximum security prison, which was located in the center of their yard.
Yeah.
And it's like, go get it. And you can just, everybody would just go to an area of town called Bridge Street, which is across the river, but very close to the prison. And you could just see them staring longingly across the river at this
It's
gym
so
that had
close.
never been claimed.
And I'm pretty sure a guard was
That's
like, hey,
hilarious.
I'm going to put a gym in here. And this is just my gym, you know?
Well,
like,
I think
prisoners are kinda
I think how that
already
happened is
Pokemon.
originally is what
Yeah,
they did is
They got caught.
Oh,
what?
The prisoners might be.
they got caught.
Ah.
Caught them all.
Maybe that's
Yeah,
insensitive.
Team Rocket.
well, apparently what happened like when
Team Rocket.
when Pokemon Go was first launched, they used Google Earth and another game.
Ingress.
Yes,
Oh,
amazing
yeah.
game.
And
Yeah,
they
It's
used,
still up. By
they
the way.
used
Nice.
landmarks to just auto assign stuff. And
Yeah.
one of the landmarks was that big ass water tower,
Yeah,
along with the Holocaust Museum.
it was definitely a
Yeah,
copy and
whoops.
paste. It was definitely a copy and paste
Yeah.
method of the
Smart.
coding. Yeah,
Smart strategy because
It
they had
was,
people
but like the
generating
question
their
was-
own
but some
stuff
places,
for
I
'em.
agree what you're saying. Some places should
Yeah.
not be because
Like, pay attention to what you're adding
when
to
the
it.
game first started, this was I know there's memes about this. It was and I hate saying this, like peace on earth. When Pokemon Go first started, because everyone was generally nice to each other. Everyone was outside hanging out. Like, hey, what team are you? Are you red, blue, or yellow? Like, oh, I'm yellow, or whatever. And it's just like, oh, okay, cool. You got anything to trade? That's it. And it became it became a little bit more dangerous down the road. But people still play to this day.
Yep. You're an avid player.
Oh my!
Yes.
I play every day.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Your Pokédex is full of
yeah. No.
tons of Pokemon.
Yeah. No. They haven't released all the Pokemon yet. But they did release all 151, like for the first get go.
Well, they fucking better.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. It's
I remember when they kept us waiting on those before. Like, there was a time. Maybe I'm misremembering. There was a time when we didn't know what all 150 were, right? And they were kind of slowly releasing that. Or is that something I'm?
Are you talking about during the show, like way back?
Maybe like when everything was just starting.
It's probably when the show, because I mean,
I might
like,
be wrong.
because when the show first initiated, I remember buying these coloring books. Again, like the marketing was so because of the collars and
Memorabilia. And
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and like again, the Burger King toys. I remember the gold cards.
Gold cards in the
And
Pokemon.
I
like-
had those for a long time.
Oh my gosh, you're in a shoebox somewhere. Again, I'm just kicking myself in the rear because I can't find them. But,
You'll catch them.
You gave me a Charizard card once.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's where it went.
Give it back, Jerry.
We'll split it.
Oh God,
No.
we'll split it. No.
I get the left half, you get the right.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But no, it's just like I'm pretty sure right when it first initiated in the United States, we all knew the first at least 150
Okay. Yeah,
because 51. It was that involved Mewtwo and all
that was a mystery for a while. Yeah.
and also the legendary Pokemon too, like Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno. Yeah.
Articuno, who was
Was
Articuno an ice type as well, or was that just flying?
Yeah.
Flying ice.
yeah.
And that was
And-
the one that Ash saw.
No, that's
No.
Ho-Oh.
Okay.
That's actually the only not original
Registered. Yeah,
one.
because that's in the second gen, I believe.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but he
And
was the very first.
legendary.
Pokemon
Legendary.
that we ever saw, really, in the
Because,
show, anyway.
No, Pikachu was first.
Up into the sky.
Oh,
Ash. No, it was Pikachu or Ash who saw.
you're
It
right.
was both.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
He was
it was
flying
like
into
the
a
end of the
rainbow.
episode or
and
something.
it was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
too far away for the Pokédex to read.
Damn
I
it.
think. It was
Yeah.
yeah, because if that's the case, it would open up a whole other gen. Just imagine that if we just got a little glimpse of like, oh, scan that Pokemon real quick, and
Bloop.
yeah. What do you mean? This is like 200.
Nice job, Ash. You
Yeah.
dumb fuck.
Yeah.
Way to fuck it up for everybody for like 10 years.
Seriously, I missed out on my
Little
childhood.
shitbag.
And I did some more digging about Ash Ketchum, and I don't know if this is inside the story or anything like that but I did look up. Ash is married. Ash is married, and he has a son. And again, we talked about his age earlier, and it cracks me up. I'm like, this is just weird. I don't want to believe it because he's still a kid at heart, but apparently he has a kid himself.
When
And-
do those things happen? Do they happen after the anime ends?
I want to say yes. That makes the
Okay.
most sense to me.
Okay.
And because
I
it
hope
doesn't
so.
show anything really. This is just the story of Ash. And
yeah, I can't imagine having the animated Pokemon version of the Birds and the Bees.
oh my gosh.
Is it in the manga?
I want to say yes because where I got it on the Googles. The son's name is called Sato Ketchum. And I'm like, okay. But I guess the newer people who are going to take Ash's place as like a headliner, like the main characters, isn't no involvement of Ash. You know what I mean? But it's also clean slate. Could be something new. But I don't know if that's going to go back to the older Pokemon. I think it'd be really neat because you could go to another trainer.
Mm-hmm.
I think from the original 150. I think that'd be really neat.
Yeah.
But
What's the
Back to the roots.
Pokemon Legends, where
Yeah.
it follows like a red character.
Yo, I
Kinda
would
from
love
the game.
that. I
Yeah,
mean, that would bring me back to the franchise for sure.
Seriously. Yeah.
but it's called a Rico, and Wari is the new
Oh, for
Hey,
fuck's
Set of
sakes.
characters.
yeah, and like that those type of names. I don't think they're going to go back to.
Shack, Rack, and Benny, put them in the oven. Fuck it.
I mean, is this? I don't know. Like again, like with all the memorabilia and like the marketing, how it has affected us as people, especially with future shows like with anime and stuff like that. And I think we definitely taken notes from Pokemon itself. And like, have you ever come across of an episode that was just too emotional?
From the Pokemon anime?
Yeah, just like
There's the one where they're in the ice cave. They're like worried they're going to die.
I
That's a
don't
pretty intense
remember.
one.
I don't remember.
No, I don't think I've seen that one. Of course, yeah, anime wasn't. I didn't see too much of it. They were gonna.
I have no
Yeah.
fucking idea. What you're
Yeah.
talking
So.
No, I mean like the cartoon. Like, what is one of the most emotional moments or episodes?
So I never got that far into it, but I mean, the Charmander episode is obviously
Yeah,
the one.
yeah.
It's pretty early on, so I got to see that one.
Oh.
Bye bye Butterfree.
Yeah.
See, I don't.
Oh, yeah, that was sad.
Wait, what happened to Butterfree? I don't remember
Just
this.
went away with the
flew out in front of
yeah.
a car.
Oh.
no.
And I want to cheat and say the movie. I remember that moment in the movie where it was like
That's fair.
Pikachu and Ash. Did we already? I can't remember if we talked about that before or after the on air, but it was sad. That was sad stuff.
Where Ash was stoned and he was like
Yep.
trying to shake him, like, "Hey, what you
Pikachu
doing?"
cried over him. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I was never that attached to Ash. Fucking just, sometimes if you're running out between two Omega level psychics having a blast, you get got, son.
Yeah, true.
I don't know what to tell
And
you.
the-
Not with Mewtwo on this one.
The balls of Ash, though, he straight up tried to punch Mewtwo.
He was big on balls, but not on smarts.
Not on
No,
brains.
no.
No.
Yes.
Dumb as a fucking rock.
And
His training strategies were not great.
And,
Not a very good trainer.
No.
and that's why I want to ask: is he the greatest Pokemon trainer?
No.
Ben says no.
What do you say?
I don't know if I have enough. I can't see it. Like, okay, from what I know, like my base knowledge level of Pokemon is pretty low by comparison to the rest of this group sitting around here, probably. And just from what I've seen, I would say no. I
And-
couldn't see him
Oh,
getting there. But that'll, lead us to our next question. I think is, what is a Pokemon master?
What do you say, Jerry?
Oh, I say no. Like, if you watch the anime, you can see the way that he gets his badges is by like doing something outside of what you're actually supposed to do to get
Yeah.
some
Never
badges.
the gym criteria.
It's
You're
always
right.
like, well, you did a valiant effort, so here you can have this badge.
You got hurt, kid. Here's your badge. I have
Yeah.
that list of badges anyway.
He's just like failing upward through the series.
failing upward.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like he is not a good trainer. Like he has heart.
Oh yeah, tons of heart.
Big
And
heart.
he cares about his Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've convinced me. I'm pro Gary now.
Oh, there
Gary
we go.
does not care about his
Yeah. And thank you everyone for listening to Cult of Lore. I'm sure we've just lost a hot take. Ash was not the greatest is the
No,
consensus
I
here.
would say majority would actually agree
Good.
because-
Okay. Yeah. Just from what I'm seeing. Yeah.
because it's like, don't get me wrong, he's one of the most popular trainers because
of course.
the whole world of Pokemon is surrounded by him.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
be- people like characters that aren't actually the greatest at something because
Right, the
we
underdogs.
never
Please.
identify as the greatest.
We like protagonists that are doers.
Yeah.
They don't have to be smart for us to like them. Do it.
No,
There.
he eventually earns his skills and he gets better.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
but
And that is the name
that
of the
doesn't
game. Is
qualify
it's-
you as the greatest.
No.
Yeah. He did improve. You're right. That's a good point. Credit where it's due, Ash.
Yeah.
You got pretty good.
He fails to learn.
Yeah.
And he learns to fail.
Yeah.
There you go.
So what is exactly is a Pokemon Master?
What is the Pokemon Master?
So I found in my research that there's two schools of thought of this.
Okay.
There are people that believe that to become a Pokemon master, you have to capture, battle, raise, train, and then conquer like the setup. You know, the
Oh,
Elite
the
Four,
League.
Yeah.
the league.
The league.
And
What
then
were
there's
they?
like
Yeah.
this pussy ass people that feel like if you collect them all and study them, but you don't do anything actually with them, somehow tangentially that makes you worthy of getting a title. And I don't understand that because you don't actually do shit. So why should you get that?
They're helping to advance
Oh,
Poke
that's
science,
fine.
right?
Then you're a
it's-
really good Pokemon scientist.
10-year-old scientists.
Yeah.
Yep. So
you haven't
yeah.
my problem is you haven't mastered shit. To master means you have control over it. You can exert your will on it and it does as you command. Studying something and merely observing and documenting it is none of that.
I see what you mean. Yeah. As far as mastering.
And
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
also like Pokemon trainers who only collect a certain type.
And that's fine too.
Yeah,
They're
and-
specialists.
Yeah,
Right. They do specialize. Yeah.
And I was a lot like that.
yeah.
I would most often do that. Most of the time it was water, but
Right. Yeah.
There's a lot of water types.
Yeah.
I
They
would
have a
always
pretty
have
good variety.
Eradicate. It was just always
No,
random.
normal water. It would just like be like back and forth, or
So it would be primarily water. Gyarados was a favorite of mine.
Cool.
I would try to get a Blastoise. I hate it. Trading was such a pain for me because I lived out in the country.
yeah.
So I would try to get a Blastoise. Gosh, I'm trying to think now. Eradicate. I might have. It was primarily water.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Like I would say probably psychic and electric. would
Oh,
probably be
yeah.
mine. I mean it's or ghost.
Oh,
What-
I always
yeah.
wanted to be Ghost, but I could never pull it off. They're like, yeah,
Well, in the Game Boy games, I never really had a ghost Pokemon.
right.
And that's where we were like, nope, I'm just going to stick with the basic. I don't want to go near those. But with like the Nintendo game, like Nintendo 64 games, like Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Go, definitely. That's why I mainly use though.
So what I found in my research for what a Pokemon Master was the Pokemon Company's official statement essentially said, we're going to leave that definition up to the imagination of the fans.
They would.
right?
Which is
They
exactly how
would,
you got
right?
how you got the proper definition and the bitch definition,
And I'm sure there's other definitions out there too.
which are probably further wrong than the second one.
Because I do agree with Ben on that one because it's like there is two ways you can collect them all, like what you were saying, and that is a very impressive by itself.
Yeah.
Dude,
But that sounds more like a professor thing to do.
I agree.
Catalog and whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's not
Like
exactly
like a breed, like not necessarily like a breed because like where they breed Pokemon, and
Right.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, there are Pokemon breeders,
you have
aren't
a
there?
hump
Yeah.
a ball of goo.
Huh?
You have a hump a ball of goo.
Oh wow.
Ditto.
Yeah. Muck.
Ditto farming.
Doesn't work the same. Doesn't work
Oh, I got the wrong Pokemon.
That's not what I Daniel, we have
Damn it.
class here.
Hey-o.
Just keep shooting out goo.
Oh my gosh. No, it's just like I imagine like with Professor Oak's like backyard is just full of people's Pokemon. Like, hey, we're gonna leave this Pokemon here for the time being. Like, how long is the time being? Oh, it's a couple seasons.
What's the season?
To be announced.
Can you imagine how much Pokemon shit he's got to shovel?
Mm-mm.
Oh my gosh.
And different
Gotta be a
types
lot.
of shit.
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah.
There's like goose Pokemon shit. There's
Yeah.
turtle Pokemon shit. Then there's like your Arcanine
Yeah.
dog shit.
At least the Bulbasaur line won't produce any waste. I think it's all very just
No, the
the plant-based.
photosynthesis.
Yeah, photosynthesis. They just get
And,
their
like,
energy from there.
And also
So, yeah.
there's like the entertainment, the world of entertainment of Pokemon. Is Jigglypuff? Is she on American Idol? Is she? Is there a WWE going on with Hitmonchan? With Machamp? All these things. What's happening?
See, now you start getting in this kind of tricky areas when you start getting that. Like having Jigglypuff singing on stage is one thing. Having Hitmonchan, like the subject of Pokemon fighting is kind of
is entertainment.
it is, but so is cockfighting.
Oh,
So it has to be
Yeah, I
regulated.
mean-
It has to be regulated.
We talking controversies now?
yeah. Let's talk about the morals of this shit.
Do you want to go in this direction or do you want to make a U-turn? It's your call.
Oh, I don't give a
I do have to use the bathroom real quick.
Pokédex break.
Later, trainers.
Sorry. So, Pokemon battling.
Yes.
Is it animal abuse?
Ethical or no?
Ethical or no? Ooh, silence. Okay, I'll go first. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's like cockfighting.
No, it isn't.
You don't think so? Okay.
Morally right.
Okay.
It's fine.
I'm with Ben.
Yeah.
We've seen repeated multiple examples of Pokemon refusing to engage if they don't want to. We've never seen any evidence that a trainer can cause a Pokemon to act in direct counter to their own interests.
Okay.
We've never seen that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There
Okay.
was a couple new episodes.
So the new episodes don't count. 151. Don't have to
Okay.
listen.
I know, but like I just want to point out that like one of the newer Ashes is an ass.
Well, then they're
Like
they're dumb as fuck for putting their own IP into that moral quandary.
this one Ash is a selfish, mean trainer, and he learned along the way. Don't get me wrong,
Right.
but there was a Pokemon way he had. Again, this isn't involved 151.
Right.
I think this is a Pokemon XY, and he was making them fight. They didn't want to.
See,
Huh.
you're stupid for putting that into your own IP. Even with Team Rocket, they made their Pokemon.
Oh,
like,
Team Rocket was
bad
kind.
Pokemon.
Team Rocket was kind to their own Pokemon.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they like to fight.
Yes,
their
that's
Pokemon
true.
did. So, like, you're
Mm.
stupid for putting that moral quandary into your
Now
own
the
universe.
older Ash, he was nice.
Well, sure. Yeah, that was his.
yeah.
That's why people liked him, because otherwise he'd have been so annoying.
He did push a lot. He did
He-
push their limits.
Yeah, but he always paid for it,
Yeah.
and he was
that's
always
true.
sorry at the end.
Yes. I agree with that.
And
They made
again,
it look
he
wrong,
was
yeah.
never able to force them if they didn't want to. They would protest, and he could guilt them into it, but the show always showed that
He
as a
had to
negative.
convince
Yeah.
them, or yeah.
Yeah, they had to engage.
Okay.
So I think to answer your question, I think it's fine.
As it
Yeah.
pertains
It's
to the original 151.
Right. From all that
Yeah.
evidence there, they have a choice. Okay.
They battle
I
in
believe
nature.
that. Yeah. Oh, they do battle naturally in nature.
and also in
Well, yeah, you don't
stadiums.
come up against level 0 wild
Oh
Pokemon.
my god! And they're always attacking us. They're
They're hostile as
yeah.
fuck.
They're
Yeah.
And when
always.
it's trainer versus trainer, it's like an athletic competition.
Yeah,
It is treated like that for
Yeah,
sure.
There's like a coach.
Yeah.
He's giving you the plays.
that's true.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
they're against each other.
Because again, with the newer, I'm sorry, I keep bringing up newer episodes, but it's like where they have this like little robot Pokédex thing that follows them along, and when
Rotom.
well, I'm sorry.
Rotom.
Yeah, thank you. And there's this trainer would walk up with that to Ash, like, "Hey, we're ready to fight." Then it would actually pop up, and it would actually initiate a battle. It would notify the Pokemon, like the Pokemon League, like, "Hey, who won this fight?" You know, it's like a live battle. Like, who would actually keep track of all
Tracking
that?
scores and stuff like that,
Yeah.
like a sport.
And
It's just out
and-
in the wilderness.
See, I
And-
like that. I'm fine
Yeah.
with that.
and that's where I think it's fair.
Yeah. It marries the
it's-
game and the fiction together very well too. It kind of helps that.
Because I think the Rotom is a
Bridge.
new version of a Pokédex, I think.
Yeah, it's like sort of like an electric kind of ghost kind of thing that can go into other stuff. Like when in the game
Yeah.
that it's in, it has like other forms depending on the appliance that it goes into. Like it goes into a washing machine.
See, I hate that shit.
becomes like a water tank.
Okay,
we lost
let's
Ben
get back
again.
to 151.
Lawnmower, it's a grass
See,
type.
that's the kind of shit I'm talking about, where it's like, oh, so you just decide, like, listen, Muck and you can say about Grimer and Muck what you will, but like when they're like, hey, this is, I grabbed my couch and put toilet paper rolls on it, and now it's couch lax. Go use change cushion attack. It was super effective. Like, get the fuck. Like, there's a trash bag. Like, get out of here.
There is.
You lazy.
There
Like, yeah, yes, that's what I'm
Oh.
talking about. It got
But
super.
I like the OG garbage Pokemon though.
Well, like if you look at it, there's a Muck. Hold on, I'm trying to find it.
Muck and
There-
Grimer
Yeah,
are fine,
Grimer,
but that's as far as you go.
Well, there's a different skin of Muck now.
Oh,
It
the
looks like it's
Alolan-
oil, yeah, like
Alolan
oil.
Is he
The-
white?
like-
I had one.
the oil
he's,
slick.
he's like colorful.
Yeah, it's it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Like it's
so much has changed.
So I
much
would
has
get
changed.
a white Muck and just name him backwards.
Oh,
Let you guys work that one out.
see, looks like an oil slick type of thing.
It's like the Neapolitan ice cream.
Yeah,
of
like
Yeah.
it's sherbet.
What did they change his typing to?
My
on that one?
lord.
Poison.
Poison dark.
Yeah,
Wow, that is interesting.
and it's pretty cool how they changed some things, but it's also like, why did you change something?
They're redesigning some old ones now, or
Yeah.
is that they are okay?
Well, like in different regions,
Yeah.
they're still the same Pokemon.
Okay,
Like they're on like an
okay.
island, so they evolve differently.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
that doesn't bother me. And I do agree that
okay.
as you add more types, you do have to retroactively go back in and adjust the originals.
yeah.
We've seen it happen in other lores and fictions before.
If you don't, what tends to happen is they become outdated and unusable.
yeah,
Now, my preference is that you don't take away.
right.
Oh,
Right.
the original muck is still around.
Right.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
like you don't take you don't take away types if to adjust the old ones. Just add in one. Although I guess that could potentially bring in game balance problems if you have. But
So it's kind of a way for them to bring those older Pokemon more relevant in like the competitive.
yeah.
Right. Keep them up to date.
What are some of the other controversies with Pokemon? Jinx. Nope. Moving on.
Oh,
Eric just lets a big old sigh.
oh.
It's
Good.
purple now.
Okay.
They fixed some of that.
Yeah.
It's just
Well,
the purple.
And also just the controversies where like just some religions did not like. I know
Oh.
The
I-
televangelists.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't just televangelists. Listen,
And also-
my parents were not happy.
I knew a lot of families.
Yeah,
did not let
with
their
the
kids
evolve,
play,
with the
yeah.
fact that they used the word evolve.
That's right.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah. Just the very use of evolution itself. Huh.
And like they looked at that as it's just evil.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even though
and
if you would have
propaganda.
never have used the word evolve and you'd have just called it leveling or something,
Leveling, transformation.
anything,
And,
Yeah.
and this
it would have
involved
never have triggered any of their.
Yeah, you're right. It was the word.
This involved Pokemon, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh, all these other things.
Listen, Yu-Gi-Oh is pretty demonic.
Yeah, true. We won't go to that one. But
Banish you to the
yeah,
shadow realm.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of them really do sell their souls.
touche on that one.
Yeah.
But like with Digimon, with Pokemon, it's strongly debatable. But like where I think all these it was just something new. It was just something new because it's all these kids gave like energy to these cards. Like, oh, I want this. I work hard for my allowance to get this.
Yeah, the Pokemania.
Yep.
Pokemania.
And that blew up. Like,
yeah.
I do feel like there was some, in all honesty, probably legit concern about dumping something that is so hyperly focused on collecting
Right.
on kids. Although we did do that with like coins and stamps,
Yeah.
baseball
This-
cards. Yeah.
but that was something baseball cards, yeah, but I don't know that it was ever marketed that way. I think that was just a natural evolution.
It certainly didn't, like what Pokemon cards had that I think baseball cards didn't was competition.
Yeah, there
Does
was
that make sense?
That's
Yeah.
true. The competition is just purely collecting.
yeah,
That's
and
the like.
Yeah.
the only
right.
competition is
That was
what the
it.
kids assigned to it.
Yeah. But their baseball cards weren't facing up against each other.
Well, and it's also very like personal because you choose your favorite type of Pokemon.
yeah.
Well, you can collect them all too, you know,
Right.
That's fine. But it's like you're choosing like, oh, I would like this creature beside me, you know, like kind of
Yeah.
type of thing, you know, whatever how you want to say it.
Well, it's a way of building too, because you can then strategize and or just be thematic. Like I want to be all fire, stuff like that.
Well, like even a country banned this, like banned Pokemon back in
Oh,
2001.
Yep.
And I don't know if I'm wrong.
Oh yeah, it's Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, it's Saudi Arabia. Yeah.
Those motherfuckers ban everything.
Yeah, it's fine.
Was- on religious grounds, was that it?
Oh,
Did
I'm
we
yes,
know?
sure.
yeah.
I'm
Because,
sure.
That makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's probably a couple more countries in there, but that's
I don't
when it
know.
first popped up.
Yeah.
It got banned in my household.
Yeah.
Because of the religious reasons.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
And then we convinced our mom that only the psychic Pokemon were bad. And then we were able to play with the other ones.
it was a smart play. It was hard to get the psychic
It
Pokemon
was
anyway.
hard to convince her.
Yeah.
Weird.
It's good though. Good tactic.
My parents was just like, "Hey, do you play this?" I'm like, "I couldn't afford cards back then. You know, like
What do I look like? Money bags, McGee?
I know,
Yeah.
right? And I would just go to a friend's house. They had the cards.
Yeah.
I didn't have them. I went and played it.
Yeah.
So
See-
yeah, I played it. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's
My parents were like, they didn't like the Evolve. They kind of met me in the middle. They're like, okay, you're not allowed to watch the show, but the card game encourages you to go into town and hang out with the kids. So we're going to
Cost benefit.
We're going to facilitate that so you can go out and hang. Because otherwise, I'd be sitting watching movies all day.
Right.
So they
So-
saw
Little
the
did I
value
know
in it.
that educational wise and my future wise, that time would have actually been better spent watching more movies.
well,
Hey,
Who'd have
Sarah,
thought?
Sarah.
yeah.
and like the game itself, it involved math, critical thinking, and like how to actually defeat, like a rock type, grass, however. But it involved,
Critical thinking.
yeah,
Yeah.
Useful
it-
resource management.
Yeah. Resource
You had
management is a
PowerPoints
big
for
one.
your moves.
and
You're right.
You had to strategize like which ones you called in at which times.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
So you had
Investment
tactical-
strategy.
Tactical thinking.
Yeah. Making sure
Because-
you get that fucking cocoon out there to take a couple of hits and then pull it out of there before it dies. So
And
that it
what was
gets some
going to be your
experience points.
immediate response? Because that Pokemon could have a chance to build up some sort of attack.
and also the trainer cards, the energy cards.
Did anybody ever see the Naked Misty card?
No.
No. A Naked Misty card?
It was.
Is this a thing of legend?
Oh no, I had so not only I had several of them because it turns out that they're actually a common.
Okay.
My mother's side was big into flea marketing, so I spent a lot of times at flea markets. There is a bit, and if you don't know what a flea market is, look it up. They're fabulous. It's like going into, that crazy uncle that says all the really weird shit during like Thanksgiving. Imagine he owned
Anything he ever wanted.
a market,
Yeah.
and then he dies, and you're able to go in and just look at it all. That's a fucking flea market. It's a wild place. But at this one
A
flea market
world
my
of
family inhabited was a
imagination.
guy that dealt solely in Pokemon cards. His whole booth that he had was Pokemon cards, and he had
Oh.
a distributor direct from Japan, and so he had the Japanese cards.
Oh, those were always cool to find.
So I was one of those kids with the
my
Japanese cards. You bet your ass I was, motherfuckers.
Really?
Yes.
Those were
Oh.
such a rare thing. Like
Oh, I
I
could-
remember the hype. I didn't do Pokemon cards until pretty late in the game, but
Yeah.
goddamn that hype. There was such big money in
Yep.
that. Good
Still.
lord.
I didn't realize that at the time.
No.
I just used them as a status symbol.
Yeah.
But
Ah.
one of the trainers, and I don't know what it does, is in Japanese. Has I remember just looking at it, I was like, this is this is such bad. Remember, I was a kid.
Mhm.
My initial response was, they're so tiny. Anyway, it is a picture of Misty, and she's crying, but she's smiling, and she's holding out her Staryu, and it's a side profile, and she's clearly naked, and it's like full side boob.
What? Wow.
And it was a common. It was a diamond. You could get it. I think it was Circle Diamond Star.
Yeah.
Whew, I don't know where the hell that came from. I just
Old
pulled that out of the
ingrained
ether.
knowledge. Yeah.
But it was a diamond, so it was an uncommon, I guess. So you could get a bunch of them. Man, I gave those away to like 8 or 9 kids
Oh
for
my
all
God.
kinds of cards.
And kids would be like, yeah, no, I want that. I just hide that in the deck.
Now, I would like to point out, I was the same age as those kids, not like the dick bag that was in the movie line.
Oh my
We
gosh.
literally grew up with Pokemon.
Yeah.
We grew up with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
So to
Yeah.
me,
we're
they-
that age.
To me, they were worth these other cards because it's not like you could go to a local comic shop and buy them.
Right.
You had to get them from me or go to the flea market, which nobody did.
You had a handle on the market. Learning marketing at an early age.
I mean,
Just had a handle on the
no,
market. Not
this is all
marketing,
looking
but,
backwards.
Yeah. Yeah. Get some training. Pokemon taught us so much, guys. It really did.
Because it involved different personalities. Because you've learned at a young age who is more excited to battle, or who is
Oh, yeah.
like who really wants to trade, who's eager. Is this person? No, this is a problem back then. Like, is this person my friend because he wants my Pokemon card?
Yo, yeah.
Seriously.
Oh,
No,
man.
That sort of shit.
That's
Hey,
what
like
I
the
mean.
kid with a trampoline or a pool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
I mean about parents having real concerns about introducing this type of thing to kids because kids don't have
it was
that.
a currency.
It was.
Yeah.
And kids do
It
not
was.
have the strong moral foundations to have a currency without it being so cutthroat.
It should. Like, I would normally say this is a fucking great way for them to learn, but god damn it, like real ass money was wrapped up in this.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was.
That's why.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
like that's too much.
The moves,
They're so expensive.
the moves that kids would
sometimes.
pull on each other for trades would put any CEO or investment banker
Yep.
to embarrassment for what they would do to
No.
their quote unquote friends on these fucking
I
things.
remember when I first saw a holographic Mewtwo. I was just like, oh, me gusta. You know, like I
What? Look at
You had
Ben.
3?
He got three of
You
them.
had 3 of those mugs?
well, I went on a spree
Oh,
and I was like, I'm going to get it. The next thing you know, I collected like, I want to say around that
Yeah.
many. Like, dude, I was just seriously, I wanted more. And it was
I
a
had 3 of
drive.
them.
It was a drive. It was a challenge because it's like, I need to search for this.
yeah.
And I didn't really play. I didn't really play the
You
card
were a
game.
collector.
Yeah, I was.
were a collector.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
like I would battle. I wouldn't seek it. Now, if
Right.
it's on a game, yeah, why not?
right.
But
Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah. Nice.
and
Yes. I think I had holographic Charizard at some point, and I don't know.
oh man,
I'm not sure.
Holographic Gengar and Haunter.
yeah.
I had a Wigglytuff and a Machamp.
Oh man, that's so
And an
good.
Articuno.
Articuno, you know?
And-
Zapdos, Moltres. Then there was the ones that you got, the legendaries that you got from going to see the movie.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, movies don't do
The
that.
they had the promo.
wow.
The promo
Oh, the-
Mew. There was
Pro-
like an ancient Mew card.
ancient Mew.
Oh yes,
The
I do
purple.
remember that.
Right.
And there- I think-
I wish you guys could see Eric's face. It's
Wow.
like memory unlocked.
This episode has been so nostalgic, guys. Like, thank you for hanging on for all the nostalgia talk because
so-
this is fun.
So
That's-
Hollywood
wow,
has
wild.
nostalgia all wrong. Nostalgia is a
Yeah.
powerful force that can be wielded for good if done properly. There's a reason why that first season of Stranger Things did so well. And people get lost on it now, but that's
Oh.
because it was nostalgia done properly.
Yep,
Yeah.
they hit that nostalgia note just right. Oh,
And that's
so
what-
good.
That's why I wanted to cover it this way is there is good nostalgia. There's
Yeah.
stuff that you forget about your childhood that these things are wrapped up in.
Yeah,
And we're digging them out left and right, which
Mhm.
is fucking great.
Pika P.
And then you gotta bucket up.
I'm so sorry.
Just it's like literally it's like imagine being on in the desert and it's like -100 at night
Sounds like a sand trap.
and you're shut up, Jerry, don't help. You're trying to build a fire and you finally got that spark and it's finally lit up and your partner who has done nothing all day just whips his dick out and pees on it.
There's at least 4 puns right there. What you just said. You know, like
Vine
but-
whip.
yeah. You said spark somewhere in there. Yeah, and fire. And
Sand
bad.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
very sorry that I
You
pissed
should
on
be.
your fire bed. It hurts me. I'm laughing too
Not
hard.
as much as it hurts.
The best part about that is just he wouldn't expect it from me. These two.
I
here.
know. I'm fine with, that's why it hurt me so bad. It's because I expected it from Jerry.
Betrayal.
Daniel gave me his heads up. He's like, I like puns. I was like, God damn it.
I'm so sorry.
sneak attack.
It wasn't even a
You
good
were-
pun.
It was.
just
That's-
unexpected.
No.
Well, Jerry.
You were shocked.
Oh, Jerry for the slam. Don't get the end. I love it.
It's
No, it-
fine.
Oh, God, let's get back on track.
Yeah,
Where were we? I'm sorry.
Okay, so
Controversy.
all of this
Oh.
is ridiculousness. Remember, 151.
Oh,
Gen
Yeah.
1.
yep.
Takes place in a land called Kanto.
Kanto.
And before we talk about the gym leaders, I want to ask you guys, who was your favorite gym leader?
Blaine.
Oh, okay.
Blaine was a badass.
Yeah.
He was what Lieutenant Surge pretended to be.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Surge was a blowhard. Like Blaine was.
Yeah, I didn't
was-
like Sarge.
Blaine was the real deal.
Yeah.
Blaine
Surge.
If you were caught slipping, Blaine would fuck you up.
Yeah, Surge was a showman without the show.
Yes.
Like it's like,
Yep.
I mean, don't get me wrong, he was all bark, but he bit a little bit. You know, it's just like, but yeah,
Blaine would mess your shit up.
I wouldn't say Brock. You know, like I'm not talking about Brock like after Ash. You know, like after
Right,
defeated, but I'm
right.
talking about Brock when he was actually standing his ground.
Yeah. Hard
And
headed.
yeah, and
People
Yeah.
really came. So not to side. I'm not sidestepping at all. I'm just going to say this. Jump out. People really came to hate that character.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's a shame. 'cause-
Well, that's another
Yeah.
controversy character because he was a ladies' man.
right. That's true. He was.
He was
yeah.
a womanizer.
Yeah.
In a way.
He was 15, I think.
Oh my god.
Right. Yeah. A slightly older teenager. Yeah. Yeah. I think you're right.
And his
I think
dad
that's-
abandoned his family.
Oh my God. What?
Yeah, there was a whole thing. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I didn't know
I have a question. I want to ask so bad. I'll ask it off air.
Okay.
I ain't. If we ain't.
Okay. Yep. Fair. Boy, it must be bad if Ben don't want to say it.
Oh. But no, it's I'm gonna go with Brock. That's my favorite trainer.
I'm with you. Brock was my favorite too. Yep. I like his Brockness.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just wish it
Brockness.
was a better battle. The battle was great with Onyx.
Yeah.
Like the battle was because Ash actually had to come back a second time, or like second or third.
Oh
around
yeah.
that. And he had to figure out how to defeat a rock type with electric type.
Right. Which they are weak to it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to retract my statement because I forgot about one.
Oh.
Oh yeah, what's that?
I actually like Giovanni.
Giovanni's top
Okay.
tier.
Yep.
Giovanni's loadout, like the ones that he runs
my
with.
Gosh,
That is a rough.
Okay. Who else does he
crew.
have?
I know he has.
He had Nido King.
yeah.
He had Persian.
Yeah.
I think he had
Persian.
Eradicate.
Oh, representing the Eradicate.
because Giovanni is undercover the boss of Team Rocket.
Spoiler alert.
Jesus.
I'm sorry.
I like his look.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he looks
very
Of course.
menacing. Yeah,
Yeah.
and he somehow survived the war,
yeah.
Oh, no shit. So the war was recent.
or he was a draft dodger.
Probably that.
He was
Yeah,
good.
if he was
Got it.
if he was mafia, like what they're implying, yeah.
So
the
he
Team
has
Rocket shit.
Rhyhorn, Doug Trio,
Goddamn.
Nido Queen, Nido King,
Yeah, he had all top tiers.
Rhydon. Yeah, like
Good lord.
I know in Pokemon Go.
Rhyhorn, Doug Trio, Nido Queen, Nido King, and Rhydon. That was his team. That's
Ouch.
a team of Stompers.
That's a
right
bulky team.
I know
Yeah.
in Pokemon Go, they just went ham with it. They just they had Mewtwo thrown into the mix with
Oh
them.
my god.
And that was like
Well,
one.
that's from the movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
There was
Wow.
Man, I always wanted them to release a card that was Mewtwo in his armor that was slightly less powerful,
I bet
but
they have
slightly.
Oh,
Yeah, I guarantee it because they have that Mewtwo in Pokemon Go,
Oh,
and
God.
Oh
and
my
it was
God.
very rare. Like it was only brief a time, and there's people collected hundreds of them.
Him in that armor is.
Oh,
Super
man,
cool
that
looking.
was-
God damn.
I remember watching that. I was just like, that is a bad Pokemon. Mewtwo probably is my overall favorite Pokemon if you take in like the movies and stuff,
Well,
just because what they did with him.
as a villain, like he said some real stuff. Well, our
Yes.
kids' brains was like, "What? You know, what is this?" You know, but it's like we were actually like, "Man, was he right?"
Well, he had every
He
right
was
to
the
have
Thanos
all of
of our
those
time.
questions.
Right?
Yeah.
He had every right to question his existence.
Yeah, that's true. Which was cool. Like it's Frankenstein, but
Much more powerful.
yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Wait, Jerry, who was your favorite trainer?
Oh,
Gym person.
I was with Ben on that. I like Blaine because
Blaine.
I was really into the fire types back in the day.
Right on. Nice.
Nice. Yeah, Blaine's gonna be my second. I do like fire, but Blaine was my second. Giovanni, I always thought was.
So
And he anime his things in like a volcano,
Yeah.
Oh,
and that Magmar and Charizard fight's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's the only
Oh,
time
yeah.
Magmar ever looked cool.
Big old butt head.
Yeah,
Magmar was the dumbest looking fire.
Had the DSLs.
the quack.
Here's a confession. I always wanted to get into the fire type, but they always seemed kind of fragile to me.
They were kind of like glass cannons.
Okay,
Yeah,
like,
so
that's
I'm
what
not the
Charizard
only
was.
one.
He was
Okay.
like he's
That's
strong.
That's a
but, like, had
wonderful
low
way
health.
of putting it. Too.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
glass cannon.
Glass
Yeah.
cannon. Okay,
Ah.
so it wasn't just me. Yeah.
No, they
Yeah.
were all offense.
That's which thinking back now, that makes a lot of sense. I can see that now. And I probably could have worked with that if I tried, but I preferred the turtle shell, I guess.
Shocker.
Shocker there. Everyone is surprised.
I was like, the Pokemon can't beat me if it's dead before it gets a chance to.
See? Yeah. It's good
And
tactics.
I'm pretty sure, like ever
Best
since
defense
we've
is
started
offense.
hanging out, your favorite has always been like Charizard.
I have always liked Charizard.
Yeah,
They've been using him a lot lately for stuff,
Oh, cool. Nice.
but he was one of my favorites.
Well,
Yeah.
like even the older generations are actually like seeping into like the new video games, like Super Smash Brothers and stuff like that. You can actually play Pikachu, Charizard. I believe you can. I know you can play Mewtwo, I believe, or at least that's
cool.
Mewtwo should be a playable character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Super Smash Brothers, I think so.
Because
I think so.
I know there's the
He's fun.
Pokeball item where you can throw and a random Pokemon would pop out and it will attack for you. But like
Fucking Goldeen.
oh my gosh.
Flops
like,
around.
Yep.
Splash.
Me and my friends, whenever we would do the first Smash Brothers, we had our own game mode called Pokemon Trainer where you would turn on every item and just turn it up
Yep.
to max frequency.
Yep.
Oh, boy, that's ringing a little bell in my head.
Yeah, we probably
And
played
that's
you-
how, and because
Yeah.
the Pokeball would just rain from the sky and it's just all the items.
Yes. Yep. I've played in a mode like that before where it's just,
You know,
yeah.
they're doing a Smash Brothers movie.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
actually
interesting.
they're planning on with the Super Mario movie that they
Uh-huh.
just did.
Zelda's next.
Yep. And they already have Detective Pikachu in there, but I don't know if that's going to be in that same universe. If that they should merge it, to be fair, it will be easier.
Yeah, but they're working towards. I just have one question: like, is Solid Snake going to be in that movie?
Oh,
'Cause
man, that'd be
I listen. I want it. I want him to be in that so bad. He was tough to play, but I played him all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love Metal Gear Solid. It's my favorite game of all time.
Did he have the helicopter power where he could hang off of a helicopter
Yes,
moving around?
it wasn't
the
a
sky?
helicopter. It was a drone. But yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
a camera
Yeah.
drone
yeah.
from the second game, which was okay.
Yeah. I
But-
could never get the hang of him.
No, it's just I don't know. With I think the future of Pokemon, I think it's going to take a vast turn because we're Ash's exit, and now they need a new main character. I think it's going to go different directions now,
Right.
especially with the Pokemon trainers. They say the gyms. They're going to
Uh-huh,
be more.
uh-huh.
I think they're going to be more vast. I think because like it's a never ending. It's
There's
always
going to be
gonna-
more
yeah,
and
yeah.
more and more. Yeah. And to think we
Um,
only started with 8.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and do you want to dive into that? You want to try to
I'll list
name
them
the names
and
or-
that's a good
Sorry,
idea.
yeah.
No, that's
No,
fine.
no,
Let's do
great.
them and their specialties, and then
Yeah. Well, segue. Yes. So the gyms, Pewter City. Sorry, I'm already going to divert. Each one of these cities is corresponding with a color. I thought that was kind of a neat fact.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
cerulean, lavender.
Yeah, pewter and stuff. And they're always like colors that kind of have 2 colors to them. So it's kind of like that, the way that Pokemon have like 1 or 2 types usually
Yeah.
that they are. Anyway, yeah, neat. Pewter City. That was Brock's gym. And all of these, it's like Pewter City Gym. And that was specialty in ground type. Then I have, oh my God, my handwriting. Cerulean Gym.
Cerulean City.
Yep. That was water. And that's where
Misty's,
our girl,
yeah.
Misty. Yep.
Yeah.
Misty was the gym there, which I don't know what happened to their gyms after they left, but
She had 3 sisters that took over.
oh,
Yeah.
right on. Nice. Okay. Vermilion City, which was the electric gym, and
Surge.
Lieutenant Surge.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, I missed the badges. So at the first one, you could get the Boulder badge. At the water gym, you could get the Cascade badge. And from Lieutenant Surge, you get that Thunder badge. Thunder badge.
Yeah.
Then we have Celadon Gym, which was they specialized in grass, which sounds fun.
Celery City.
Yep. Celery City.
Yeah.
Erica was,
What was the
gym
badge?
leader. Their badge was the rainbow badge.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
the
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I don't know why it's the rainbow
Maybe
badge.
it's a
Wouldn't
solo
it be a
game.
leaf?
Yeah. You would think.
Pine cone.
It's
Why
not-
is it not a?
Why
pine
is it
cone?
not a pine cone? Pine cone is the perfect badge.
Yeah.
Yeah, for that.
That would have been good.
Yeah. We have Fuchsia City, which the theme there was poison.
Ooh.
Koga was the gym leader.
He was a ninja.
Ooh.
Yeah, he was a ninja.
Neat. Okay.
That was a pretty cool.
makes sense.
That was a pretty cool gym right there.
Yeah, I never
I
made it
forgot
that
about
far in the
him.
show.
That was a
Yeah.
good one.
They-
Venomoth. He rocked Venomoth. I respect anybody that rocks
Okay.
Venomoth.
Yeah.
Venomoth is vastly superior to Butterfree.
I like this
Yeah,
design. over
I agree.
Butterfree.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. And I like their poisony stuff too a lot
Yep.
better. And they had the soul badge. Soul badge at the poison thing.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, the naming of the badges is interesting. Saffron City specialized in psychic, and we had Sabrina there, which I wonder if that's Sabrina the
The
Teenage Witch.
Ah.
Most
yeah.
definitely.
She had the marsh badge. Marsh badge.
Weird.
Yeah. Cinnabar Island Gym.
That's Blaine.
That's our boy Blaine.
Fire. He had the volcano badge. His makes sense.
Mhm.
Now I know that because I didn't realize it was in a volcano.
And then Giovanni.
Giovanni at the Viridian City Gym.
It's a pizza place.
It says his specialty. Yes, perfect. Have a pizza, have a fight, sit down. See if you can get your badge.
Hey, Jerry, what did he call the pizza place?
Giovanni's.
Of course.
That's wrong.
That's a local pizza shop here in town, guys. If there's not one near you.
Thank you for giving them context.
Yeah.
I'm
Hi,
sure they
listeners.
can figure it out.
Yeah. That's,
Right? Yeah. Come on. It's an Italian last name. Ground type was the specialty there at
Yeah.
Giovanni's.
Yep.
Yeah. I thought
I'm
I always
actually
thought-
surprised about that.
I always thought that was interesting.
I thought he would have like psychic.
What? Yeah, something more
Nido
powerful
King.
feeling.
I don't
but-
know why. Like
Nido
it's,
King, Nido Queen.
Oh,
I know
yeah,
they had
yeah.
poison attacks too.
They did, but they were ground poison.
Primarily
Yeah,
the
that's true,
ground.
yeah.
Yeah. And for defeating Giovanni, you get the Earth badge.
And he
Another
gave
one
it
that
to you
makes
too,
sense.
though.
He did? Okay.
He didn't withhold it from you when you beat him.
No,
Nice.
he's honorable.
And as the mafia, they have their code of ethics. They will follow it. You still might get cement shoot or whatever they do now.
true.
Yeah.
Marrow
I can say that I'm Italian. Marrow whacked.
All right, that's it. I think we're gonna wind it up here. So
Okay.
I don't want to say we whoopsied.
Ha!
We have a lot more to cover,
Yes.
but not more time to cover it.
Right.
So what we're gonna do is we are going to split this into a part 2, not like what we normally do, where
Right,
we
where
leave it open ended. And
Yeah.
we're like, if there's more, we'll cover more, or you hold on. Gypsy's making her appearance.
Uh-huh.
But
There.
we'll do an actual continuation into this episode.
Of this discussion. Yeah.
Yep. Bringing Daniel back, of course.
Yeah.
And
Kind of bit off a little more than we could chew here with this one. We realized.
we started
Yeah.
talking about nostalgia and the things.
It's a fun topic.
It
Yeah,
is. And
it
I don't
is.
want to shortchange any of the conversation because there's stuff I want to talk about, like the safari lands and going through the caves and stuff. These are
Yeah.
conversations that I want to have, and I'm going to go out on a limb and hope that people want to hear it.
Yeah.
So I'll be upfront with you. This is one of those things where if you like it, it's going to kind of bite you in the ass a little bit. If we air this and you guys like it, we're going to hold off on the second episode until Christmas time.
And make that, we're going to put that into our schedule as a gift.
As an extra
Christmas gift.
Yeah, as a Christmas
idea.
gift. And it'll be entirely, the Christmas gifts are extra.
Yeah.
So-
and maybe I'll do something a little special with it with the videos.
Yeah, something like that. If you guys don't respond to this, we'll shit it out as soon as possible and we'll get back to 40K and
Oh, man.
and off into the sales we go.
Ben drives a hard bargain. If you don't watch it, it'll come out sooner. Damn it. And he's right. Like, we need to just
Just like
that
the
is the way to
Eldar,
do it.
man.
Yeah.
If they don't perform, you still
Yeah.
got to cover it.
It'll be more special for Christmas in its production value.
Of
and
course.
Stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's some
And
of the treats.
you
to
guys
it.
might have noticed that the beginning of this quote was the beginning of a Poke battle.
Yeah. Ooh.
Each time we do a new episode on the Pokemon, the quote for that one will be a continuation of that battle. So there's a
Yeah.
little incentive to keep it going.
So yeah. So we'll see what happens with the Pokemon foray here. There's definitely tons more to talk about.
Oh my God,
My God.
yes.
Yeah.
A whole lick
so-
a ton.
Yep.
Eric, where can they find us?
So you guys can find us at Cult Talk Net. If you type that into Google, you'll find us and other shows, some other shows that we have here. Whew, catch your breath, buddy. Sorry.
Gotta catch them all.
Gotta catch them all. There we go. That's a good pun.
Call to Campbell.
Cult of Campbell, where we talk about Bruce Campbell and all of the King of B movies and his filmography. It's a lot of fun.
Cult Talks Conspiracy.
Cult Talks Conspiracy, hosted by Ty and Bailey, and where they talk about all sorts of neat conspiracies and stuff going on around them. They have a lot of cool,
And they're getting ready to crank out some new stuff, so you guys definitely want to tune into them sooner
Yeah.
rather than later.
definitely
Apple Pie or American Pie Slices. American Pie Slices.
It's a mini series that Tyler and Michael put together where it's 6 episodes talking about one movie, American Pie. So that is a deep dive for sure. So that's that stuff.
We have Cultober the 3rd,
Which is coming up.
just
so,
barreling towards us like a fucking freight train.
yeah, and there's tons that we've been working on it all year, putting together all sorts of cool stuff for you guys for Cultober.
Yeah,
So-
it's a big one.
I usually don't beg for a subscription, but if you want to catch Cultober, it will help you remember if you are subscribed. Just saying, see those because we do all sorts of Halloween themed movie reviews, and Cult of Lore has several special episodes coming up. I don't think we've revealed quite what those are going to be yet, or have we?
We don't pay attention to that kind of shit around here. If you know, you know. If you don't know, it'll be a surprise.
There you go.
Tune in.
Yeah. And of course, if you are new here to us, usually we are talking about Warhammer 40K. I'll remind you of that. But I also want to remind you that we're branching out into all sorts of different like fictions and
also like if there's
stories.
we're branching into holidays, so a lot of the holidays you can almost guarantee we're going to drop something different.
Yeah, so we definitely try to like keep things new things that we find interesting. We'll slot them right in and stuff. And if you guys have anything in particular with Pokemon that you want us to look more closely at
for the next episode,
this episode was a very broad strokes, nostalgia fueled, fun discussion. And if you want us to get
only the original 151 dicks in the comments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The new stuff is, cool. I'm short, but we're old, and we are talking about where it all began, because that's where we were. We have that perspective, and so that's what we'll be talking
when it
from.
started. God damn it!
Yes. So that's fun. Daniel has joined us today, and that's been a lot of fun.
Daniel, you have your own project that keeps you busy. So why don't you give us a quick rundown about that? Because there might be people listening that might apply to. So give us a rundown, son.
Oh, yes. I actually started a business and kind of like a networking group. I've been creating a YMCA of the arts called Ohio Creations.
Where can they find that at?
And it's going to be on Facebook. It'll be email at daniel.griesheimer@ohiocreations.org.
We'll have that all linked.
Yep.
You can actually send in the emails. We actually take submissions if you want or need help to show off your art. We can actually broadcast it, and you can essentially get more followers.
What kind of art?
Art as in painting, sculpting, acting, filming, any type of these. Let's say art is very subjective. And if you have anything along the lines of, if you could think of it as art, it will most likely show it. Now, granted, some things,
Right.
Yeah.
Let's keep it to TOS, fellas.
Yes.
And
Now,
then maybe one lady that's out listening to us.
I don't. Yeah. Anyway, but we're creating a industry here in our town to actually having a fundraiser for a production building, and just entered the Chamber of Commerce here recently, and we've been really busy on trying to build a industry here in our town, kind of like leave the LA attitude, but bring the work ethic here.
Kind of, joint community of artists,
just the community,
helping lifting.
Yeah, guys. Yeah. Hollywood is a desiccated carcass of what it once was, and we need to decentralize that shit and move it out elsewhere if it's going to change.
And like we're going to be having classes, workshops, and also rooms for like podcasters and like events that can be held there within the building. So if you need any more information, just feel free to email us or message us at Facebook, and we'll go from there.
Nice. Yep.
Yeah. So
follow the link so that you can follow Daniel on that journey.
And keep him in mind, if you're an aspiring actor or artist, or if you know someone who is.
Yep.
If they're looking for, means to get out, pass them his number or his email, send them a link or whatever. Show them some love. So I think we'll wrap it up there. This has been a fucking phenomenal episode.
Yeah. Look forward to part 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
I definitely look forward to seeing what it does to the algorithm. That's
oh my
for sure.
gosh, I am so
this
curious
is
about
wild.
how you guys are going to react.
I'm sure this will be interesting one way or the other.
Yeah. So
thanks for following us on this ride, guys. We'll see you next time. I'm Ben.
I'm Eric.
I'm Daniel.
And this has been super effective.